Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Luce. Today I'm going to show you how to do a suspended infinity braid with 4 strands. This is fairly similar to the technique with 2 strands and even more similar to the technique with 2 strands and 2 ribbons. If you've done those before, this will be really easy. If you haven't, I'll try to show you in a way that makes sense. Let's head on over to the tutorial.
To start with, gather the hair at your crown. Make sure you have a good chunk of hair to work with, because you're going to divide this into 4 strands. The easiest way to do this is to split it down the middle and then split each half again. But make sure the inner strands are thicker than the outer strands. You're going to be adding hair to the outer strands as you braid, but the inner strands will be left as they are, so you need them to be thick enough when they reach the nape of your neck. Next, gather all the strands in one hand and place a finger between each strand so you can keep them apart easily. Now take a small strand of hair to the side of the right strand. This strand goes over the rightmost strand, under the next, and make sure you keep them separate, then over the third strand and back under the fourth. Basically, you've just woven this strand through the other strands. Now make sure you keep this strand separate as you take a new strand. This new strand goes under the old strand and next over the leftmost of the thick strands. Now you're going to add the old strand into the leftmost strand. Next you're going to continue weaving the new strand through. So under, over, and under again. Keep this strand separate and tighten it up a little bit. Take a new strand from the right, pass this under the old strand, over your rightmost thick strand, and then add the old strand into the rightmost strand. Next, continue weaving with the new strand, under, over, and under. Make sure you tighten it back up again, and then take a new strand and repeat the process. You pass it under the old strand, over your left strand, and then you add the old strand into the left strand. Continue weaving under the second, over the third, and under the fourth. All the time, make sure you keep your fingers in between the strands so they stay separate. If you want to make it easier for yourself, you can place the little strand in your mouth so it's easier to weave the next strand through. And then you can add it back in later. Just remember, you always pass the new strand under the old strand and then over the outside strand of your thick strands. So now, because my old strand is out of the way, the new strand can just immediately go over, and then I can pass the old one back in. The new strand goes under, over, and under again. Personally, I prefer to just hold the strand out of the way with my fingers, but there's something to be said for not having the strand in the way at all. Make sure you always remember the next step correctly. If you've done an over, the next is an under. Now let's speed it up a little bit. Make sure that you occasionally tighten up the strands. Just tug the strand that you're holding upwards a little bit, so you can make the braid tighter. When you get to the nape of your neck, I find it easiest to just wrap the last strand around the whole ponytail you're left with, and then wrap an elastic around the ponytail to hold it all together. After this, you have the optional step of making the braid a little bit looser on the sides. I find this makes the braid look much more dramatic, so I prefer to do this, but you don't have to if you prefer tight braids. Just gently, starting from the bottom, tug at the loops on the side of the braid. Make sure you don't tug too hard. And there's your completed 4-strand suspended infinity braid.
Thank you for watching today's tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, leave me a comment in the box below if you have any questions or if you have any comments. For now, goodbye. This is very similar to the technique used with infinity Take two. Also, leave me a comment below if you have any questions or any comments.